Now, Stanford University is in California, and it's a very prestigious university. It's I think it's what Americans call it a red brick university. It's one of their posh ones anyway, so it's a very prestigious university in California. Now, the proviso here is this is not peer-reviewed data, but Stanford wouldn't publish rubbish, and it's being peer-reviewed now as far as I know. So I've no reason to doubt this data at all. Now, what they did in Santa Clara County, California, they tested at random 3,330 people. Now, rest assured, Stanford University know how to pick a random sample. And they tested them for seroconversion. They tested them for the antibody, just with a finger prick test and an antibody test. Now, get this. Infection with COVID-19 by the people who've had the antibodies is 50 to 80 times more common than official figures. So 50 to 80 times more people have been exposed to the virus than have been detected with previous testing. So Santa Clara had 1,094 confirmed cases and 50 deaths. These are cases confirmed presumably entirely by the earlier antigen testing for the presence of the virus itself. And 50 as related to that number there gives 4.6% death rate, case fatality rate of 4.6%. But the antibodies, if you scale up to the population of Santa Clara, which is more than reasonable to do, and which is highly likely to be accurate, given that Stanford University would choose a very representative sample, so the scaling up is an entirely legitimate thing to do, and is almost certainly correct. Antibodies indicated that between 48,000 and 81,000 people were infected by early April, not that. So 50 to 80 times more actually were infected than had been detected. Interesting. Now, if this is the case, what I've worked out is with 50 deaths, the case fatality rate of its 48,000 would be 0.1%, 1 in 1,000. And the fatality rate if it was 81,000 people infected would be 0.06%. Now, to be fair, this death rate will rise because we know there's this big long lag time with deaths after infection. But indicating that about 3% of the population there is probably already exposed to the virus, so way more than we thought. Now, to get herd immunity, we're probably going to need 60 or 70% of people to be infected. So we're nowhere near getting herd immunity now. Now, I get complaints every time I say herd community. People aren't cattle, don't be offensive. But it's the term the epidemiologists use, so I'm not changing it. Herd immunity is the official proper term. It's not me being bigoted, it is the official medical term. So interesting, but we're not near herd immunity yet. But given that there's that number of deaths, that means that it looks like many fewer people are getting sick than we'd thought. Many fewer people are becoming critical than we'd thought because the numbers of people infected are so much higher than we'd thought. And therefore the death rates are much lower than we'd thought. But these could well increase and almost certainly will increase, as we've noted, unfortunately. So, interesting.